This is the Boat Quay Conservation Shophouse zoning. If you're hunting for full-blown, full-on commercial shophouse in Singapore, D1 is perhaps one of the most prime districts that we're standing in right now. For today's episode, we're going to talk about 4 inherent factors and characteristics if you are selecting a shophouse for investment. And later on, we're going to bring you to a full-on commercial shophouse right here within the Boat Quay Conservation Area, and just have a look at the view of Singapore River as well as the entire Central Business District. 谢谢你鼓励我。哎呀 never bring my shoes. 你看我都动不到哎。Follow Propertylimbrothers on this shophouse investment tour. Let's go. This was the most active region in the 1800s and 1900s. Then these were all the go-downs in the past. There used to be warehouses. The entire bustling city of Singapore got sprouted over here. When Tanjong Pagar and Pasir Panjang ports were being created, the government wanted to rejuvenate and clean up the entire Singapore River. And that's where all the boats were being ported over to our new terminals. In the 1900s, URA has designated and selected this entire area to be conserved status. Right now, out of all the shophouses in Singapore, only 6,760 of them are being given conservation status. They all fall under these 4 primary zoning. The first zone, the Kampong Glam area. Second zoning is at the Bugis zoning. The third area is at the Tanjong Pagar area and Anson Road area. The fourth area will be where we're standing in right now in District 1, which is the Boat Quay area. Usually investors that love to invest in conservation shophouses, they always talk about District 1, 2, 7 and 8. District 1 is seen as one of the most prime areas right here in Singapore. Now in this entire stretch, there are only 230 conservation shophouses out of the 6,760 of them. And to own one of it is a trophy collection for a lot of investors. In fact, if we were to look at the year 2021, out of the 200 over transactions that happened for shophouses, only close to about 5 of them were being transacted along the Boat Quay Conservation Area. So out of 230 of them, these are being segregated by the prime Singapore River facing. You also have the internal facing along Circular Road right within this Boat Quay zoning. You're being flanked by 4 MRT stations. So you have Raffles Place MRT. Right over towards that direction, you get to see UOB Plaza, 1 Raffles Place, CapitaLand Building, OCBC Building as well. And then you are being flanked by Chinatown, Telok Ayer MRT Station, Clarke Quay MRT Station. That'll be where Marina Bay Sands is being located. So this is definitely the most prime zoning here. Something to know about the history of shophouses, the 6 different types, all the way from Art Deco style to transitional style to the modern style. These are all being present right here within some of the different styles of shophouses. If you want to invest in a conservation shophouse, you do have to adhere to some of the facade guidelines depicted by URA because you cannot change the facade as and when as you like. There has been restrictions including the roofing, the 5-foot way, and in terms of how the external motifs and signs are being preserved right here within the facade of a shophouse. And that is one of the key reasons why conservation shophouses are seen as a heritage trophy collection piece. So for now, maybe let us cross the Singapore River and we'll head over to have a look at the exact shophouse that's for sale. Let's go. Alright, so we're at the shophouse unit right now. Now the land plot is pretty wide. This is about 24.7 meters in terms of depth. In terms of this width, it's about 5.4 meters, and that gives us a land size of about 1,410 square feet. Though it's commercial status, but you own the land just like any other landed residential property. So this is one of the beauty of owning a commercial shophouse, because getting that land is very precious right here, especially when it is 999 years in nature, which is almost as good as freehold. So apart from the land size that you own, which is 1,410 1,410 square feet. You also own the build-up area, which is about 4,000 square feet. And this comprises of level 1, 2, and 3. These all 3 levels are all tenanted, which is a good plug-and-play model because level 1 is being tenanted to a wine bistro, level 2 to a company that's using it as an office use. Level 3 is right now a yoga studio. So all 3 comes with existing tenancy for you to take over. The good thing about commercial property is that as a landlord point of view, you don't have to renovate the place for your tenant, and a lot of things can be discussed within the tenancy, but most of the time rental are all done based on a bare condition. Now coming back to this place, so level 1 gives you a floor plate. As you head upward, the floor size area will then decrease slightly, but all in you get close to about 4,000 square feet. Every level has its own washroom right at the back. For level 1, you also have a back gate that leads to the back door. But most importantly, level 1 in terms of rental is the most premium unit because you have footstep traffic right at your doorstep. And this is facing towards Lorong Telok, which is just a shy from Circular Road towards the front-facing part of Boat Quay where we came from. On the left and right, these are all currently F&B status neighbors as well. In the night, this is especially bustling because the entire Boat Quay is known for restaurants, cafes, bistros, pubs, as well as waterfront restaurants, outlets. So this is definitely one of the places that you want. Let's have a look at the URS Space portal. This particular shop right here in Lorong Telok, that allows you 14 different types of permissible usage. That includes using this place, being tenanted to a medical clinic, laundry mods, it can be a gym, it can also be a commercial school. If you were to ask me what is the best form of usage that should be approved if you're hunting for a premium investment, and that's definitely the F&B usage. And as we head upstairs to level 2, allows you up to 18 different types of permissible usage. If you want to convert that into a residential apartment, you can do so as well, even though you are in the commercial full-on dark blue zoning. And then level 3, also another 10 odd different types of permissible usage. So all in, that allows you to have a wider audience pool in terms of tenancy. Now meantime, let's head upstairs. Alright, so this is the level 2 office, and right now this is also being tenanted to a company that's using this as a pure office space. Let's have a look at the front. So this is facing towards the front, which is Lorong Telok. Shophouses, conservation status will have very distinct features. For example, you have motifs at the top. You also have very beautiful Peranakan style kind of windows. So you also have very nice distinct bottom window pillars right here like this one, and you can open up internally plus externally. So take note, when you purchase conservation shophouses, you need to maintain this kind of heritage facade. And any kind of major renovation to the exterior, you do have to seek and apply for BCA and URA approval to make sure that you adhere to the guidelines for renovation. At the top, you also have very beautiful kind of wooden concave and convex kind of finishing at the top of the ceiling. This entire level is all being flushed with long planks of timber flooring, which has already been varnished. And this is the back part towards the pantry, as well as 2 bathrooms over here. You also have storage right within your stairway, just like the one on level 1. Alright, so we need to talk about the 4 things that will affect your decision to hunt for a commercial investment. The very first thing is to decide whether do you want to go for a full-on commercial status shophouse, or do you want to go for a shophouse that has a mix of residential as well as a commercial component on level 1. So first thing, the distinction is that the full-on commercial shophouses are depicted by a dark blue zoning. So if you're going for the commercial on level 1, followed on by level 2, 3, 4 being residential, then that will be depicted by the light pink zoning. Now these 2 consideration points affect the overall investment quantum. And the second one is to decide which district do you want to hunt for. Of course, out of the 6,760 conservation shophouses, they're spread across the Singapore island, and there are conservation shophouses in District 9, 10, 11. They're also in D14 and D15 as well. But a lot of investors, they love to dive into District 1, 2, 7 and 8. You have to decide whether do you want to go for a prime or do you want to go for a city fringe kind of investment shophouse. The very third thing is to then decide whether do you want to hunt for a 99 years commercial shophouse, or do you want to hunt for a 999 years freehold shophouse status. Now the tenure definitely will have an impact in terms of the overall investment quantum price as well. Key reason, definitely 999 or freehold in status, there is a price premium in terms of its longevity and eternity status. It all depends on your overall investment appetite. So at the start of this 4 factors pricing explanation, we talk about the sweet spot at $20 million in terms of shophouse investment. If you were to hunt for a shophouse in District 2, famous streets like Nell Street or Trust Street, predominantly most of the shophouses there are of the 99-year status in nature. But because of the size of the land plot right there, for these shophouses, average at about 2,000, 4,000 square feet of land plot size, the overall quantum for 99 years entry price investment, all within the range of about 12 million, 14 or even 20 million depending on the land size and the build-up area. And there are also owners who will only let go if you're buying adjacent shophouses at one go. That means buying 2 or 3 at one shot rather than buying one individually from them. So it's not easy to find something that is of a low quantum investment right there even in the Tanjong Pagar area if you're hunting for 99 years full-blown commercial shophouse. Now if you go towards District 1, you will notice that because of the land size differences, it's either you go beyond 20 million, which is the 25 or 30 or 35 million kind of range, to hunt for a triple nice leasehold shophouse. The other spectrum would be to hunt for a quantum play, which is something that's below a $20 million mark. You can then decide whether do you want to go for a big quantum play to get a huge shophouse at one go, or perhaps you want to split that investment to go for 2 shophouses at a lower quantum play. Now this one that we're standing in, asking price is 19 million. It ticks the check boxes across this 4 spectrum with these various blue ticks that we have shown you right here. The first tick is that this is a full-blown, full-on commercial shophouse with commercial status throughout the entire shophouse space. Second one is that this is in the cream of the crop D1 prime zoning, prime district right here in Boat Quay conservation area. Third one is that this is of a 999 years leasehold status, which is as good as freehold. And then of course the fourth one is that this falls below the $20 million sweet spot, and this is definitely a quantum play. Key rationale is because you are sitting on a very palatable land size plot of 1,410 square feet, and that is a key foundational reason that you can go on to get this at $19 million asking price. This is level 3. I'll say that the floor area is fantastically huge. There are 2 beautiful mezzanine levels. Right now it's being tenanted to a yoga business. This is the yoga studio. Beautifully done. You can come and have a look. Overlooking towards the CBD area. You get a clearer view from here. You get a view of the sky as well. You get to see UOB building. You get to see Capital Land. As mentioned, similarly to level 2, the different facade, the windows, the pillars, the motifs, you have to keep them intact. Very good space distribution over here out of the 4,000 square feet that you get. Every level of the shophouse has its own restroom at the back, and this is a very important feature that your tenants are looking out for. This portion right here is like a link walkway. Of course, you can use it as a storage space, and as we flip back over, there is this like office area right at the top. This is like the mezzanine level within the attic level, so you're gonna see this beautiful roofing heritage. You enjoy very good ceiling height throughout all 3 levels of the shophouse. Aircons are also being nicely installed, and you have long strips timber, and I think level 3 fantastic in terms of space. Something about this investment is that you want to make sure that your locale of a shophouse is situated at a prime location with good road traffic as well, because tenants love to have frontage. They love to display their signboards at the front, so that brings them natural business, organic business from the walkways, from the road signs. Let me bring you downstairs first. Come. Shophouses definitely must have a spiral staircase right here. You also have a very nice welcoming entrance foyer here. Alright, so let's have a look at this part of the mezzanine level. This is technically like level 4. You have like a private area here that you get to see the back roof. Look at how beautiful is this. You also have a back door. You have a roof terrace. You're gonna see Park Royal Hotel, Singtel building, FWD building. It's pretty nice and cool right here. Of course, yeah, with your aircon compressor. This level at level 3, including the 2 mezzanine, that gives you an approximate square footage of about 1,006 square feet in terms of floor area. And then level 2 is about 1,001 square feet. Level 1 will be about 1,003 square feet. All in, you have close to about 4,000 square feet of built-up space. Land plot, also nicely sized. Most importantly, condition is fantastic. You can just buy over this property, sit on it, wait for capital appreciation to happen over the next couple of years.
I'll make you move like your boots are on fire. A live wire. Ain't no sitting down when I get in the zone. Just give me my crown, let the king take his throne.
So if we were to have a look at the amount of residential properties right here in Singapore, Singapore by itself is land scarce, but right now in terms of its supply level for residential properties, landed properties are seen as the cream of the crop because there are only about 73,000 landed properties in Singapore, and as demand increases with a limited and set amount of supply on that particular real estate type, price will rise in the mid to long term. When we go to the commercial space, throughout industrial, warehouse, retail shops, offices, and of course when we come to shop houses, conservation shop houses, there are only a set 6,760 of them in the entire Singapore. That amount has been stagnant throughout the years. This is a supply that is limited. There's not going to be another 1,000 or 10,000 conservation shop houses that will pop up anymore. 6,007 will be the amount that you will see throughout the years, and as demand continues to increase with this spectrum, having no ABSD, having no seller stamp duty, full-on commercial status, international audience, definitely Shophouse is one of the prime collection that a lot of investors are seeking for, and having almost a super low level of restriction. In fact, there's no cooling measures restrictions on Shophouse category, and that will mean that in terms of liquidity status compared to other types of real estate in Singapore, that shophouses belong to a more liquid kind of asset in the form of entry and exit status, because you can purchase and exit at any point in time. So this will be definitely a great store of value for high net worth individuals, for wealthy individuals, as well as for family offices, hedge funds, and companies that wants to store their capital in an appreciating asset through the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And we're going to bring you through different kinds of prime shop houses as well as all different types of shop houses throughout the year in our PLB Shop House series. And if you want to have a look at this particular shop house at Lorong Telok, asking for $19 million, give a call to our shop house team, and our listing managers and listing specialists will be very happy to give you a call, get back to you, to arrange a viewing appointment, or to come down to our PLB office to discuss about this investment option. My name is Melvin Lim, Propertylimbrothers. As always, happy to show a place, and meantime, take care. 他跟我讲话讲到睡着 ，zoom in， 快点 ！Are you 来打下 ？Are you there? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a sec.